So today, Celestial Star Yogis, we're going to be looking at a few effective strategies on how to get more depth in our hips when we're sinking into poses. Obviously, I'm a pro. That's how I'm so deep in my hips right now. So we're going to be looking at a few strategies because I know how troublesome it can be when you're trying to get into these poses, but you just feel some major restriction going down in this area. You know, in the hips, the back, side of the hips, the glutes, the IT bands, and you're like, what is going on? So, yeah, I know I've developed a few strategies when I had some significant issues, you know, with tightness in this region, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at ways to sink deeper into our hips. For one, say we're coming in a vinyasa and we're opening up, you know, and we're inhaling and we feel a lot of restriction coming down into our hips here. Well, one simple strategy we can do is not just try to push so hard, but is to go to where the tightness first starts and to really pinpoint on stretching in that region. Also, you want to be able to like touch your hips like and feel good about that. Like sometimes I know I used to feel like it felt tight and I didn't want to touch on my hips because I felt like it, you know, I didn't know, just felt uncomfortable even to place my hands on it. So you want to develop a relationship, be able to put your hands on your hips and like feel into and just feel what your hips are feeling, being like, hey, it's okay if I felt tension here. You know, just talking to your hips, like, hey, it's okay that I felt tension here, but I'm ready to release it and I'm ready to get into my hips. From there, you want to just take some simple breaths, okay? So try to just to breathe into your hands. You can close the eyes and just breathe into the hands and the hips. And try to breathe right into the femoral bone there. Nice big exhale. Just like so. And then release it, let it go. Some other tips you're gonna wanna do is a lot of times it's actually in the low back and the fascial tissue in the sides that's really holding the tension. So you wanna take quite a bit of time to warm up even before your yoga practice, just stretching so you're really opening up the side body and opening up these tendons and ligaments that are all in this muscular group that's all right here and kind of in the low back and the hip that can get really, really tight after exercise or runs or even just a lot of sitting. A lot of built up tension can get stored in there. So again, you want to take some time to stretch in full range of motion so that you're nice and warmed up going into a practice. And because sometimes the muscles can be tight and then we go into a yoga practice and we're like, why is my body like tight? And it's like, sometimes it's as simple as just not being warmed up. So I want to take that time to get our body warmed up. And really like that's some of the main strategies is just like being able to breathe and have a good relationship with the tight area of your body and then taking the time just to warm up. I'm also a fan of just like thinking positive, just instead of like a mind state coming to the head and like skewing it on, oh, this is just making it tighter or work, like have the confidence when you're going into the practice to be like, this is the tool that I'm using to positively open up, provide more space and ease in my body, and just have that positive self-talk. Because I'm an athlete, I know as athletes, you know, we have to work through challenges quite a bit because it's all about growing our body and our mind state, and just really fusing the spirit with that to create like the outcome and the, you know, that we want in our given sport. So yeah, really just what is your self-talk, like kind of coaching yourself through some of the tight areas in your body and really visualizing the improvement you want to see with your body, and you're going to make some huge improvements. So there's my 5-minute tip of the day. Have a wonderful day. Get out there. It's raining here in the Pacific Northwest. Go enjoy it. Get out of the comfort zone. Break free of any strongholds or anything that you feel like limits you, because you're an infinite being. It's time to tap into that and know your true potential and worth. Namaste, yo.